This reading is for the sign of Leo. I am KK and I am the Intuitive Gemini Empress. I'm here to do a bi-weekly reading for you. I am new to this, so please like, share, subscribe to my channel. Of course, this is a general reading. It's impossible for me to tap into everyone's energy. So if this is not, if I'm not catching your vibe, then, feel free to click off and check out one of the other fabulous YouTube readers, or check your birth chart to check out one of my other readings, for your moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Okay. I already shuffled the cards, so I'm not going to reshuffle the cards. I wait until cards jump out of the deck because those cards will be meant for you. Okay. All right, let's get started. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me any messages for the sign of Leo for the next 2 weeks. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me any messages for the next 2 weeks for the sign of Leo. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me any messages for the sign of Leo for the next 2 weeks. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me any messages for the sign of Leo for the next 2 weeks. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me any messages for the sign of Leo for the next 2 weeks. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me any messages that I need to hear for the sign of Leo for the next 2 weeks. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me any messages that I need to hear for the sign of Leo. All right, we got the Page of Wands. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me any messages that I need to hear for the sign of Leo for the next 2 weeks. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me any messages that I need to hear for the sign of Leo for the next 2 weeks. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me any messages that I need to hear for the sign of Leo for the next 2 weeks. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me any messages for the sign of Leo for the next 2 weeks. We got the Queen of Wands. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me any messages for the sign of Leo for the next 2 weeks. Angels, ancestors. We got the Devil card, or Capricorn, okay? It doesn't have to be, that is just a card for Capricorn. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me any messages for the sign of Leo for the next 2 weeks. You got the Six of Pentacles. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me any messages that I need to hear for the sign of Leo for the next 2 weeks. You got the Three of Swords. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me any messages that I need to hear for the sign of Leo for the next 2 weeks. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me any messages that I need to hear for the sign of Leo for the next 2 weeks. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me any messages that I need to hear for the sign of Leo for the next 2 weeks. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me any messages that I need to hear for the sign of Leo for the next 2 weeks. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me any messages that I need to hear for the sign of Leo for the next 2 weeks. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me any messages that I need to hear for the sign of Leo for the next 2 weeks. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me any messages that I need to hear for the sign of Leo for the next 2 weeks. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please give me any messages that I need to hear for the sign of Leo for the next... Oh, all right. Alrighty then. Okay. Okay, got the Seven of Wands. have Temperance, or this can also be a Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be. And then you have the Five of Swords. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Sorry, got caught up. All right. Okay. So you got the Page of Wands. So with the Page of Wands, pages are something very new. It could be something, just something very new. So it could be that you are starting, okay, if this is business, finance, you could be starting your own business. And so this is something that this is something you're passionate about. So with wands, it's almost like spring, if you will. So starting new, fresh buds appearing, like new growth, if you will. So it could be, if it's business related, it could be that you're starting your own business. It could be that you were just assigned a new project at work, and you seem to be very passionate about it, if that is the case. It could be, so if it's love, it could be something brand new, just forming. So you could have just met someone and you really like them. Yeah. So if it's regarding love, this is something very fresh. So you either just met them, or you want to meet them, and maybe you'll be the ones reaching out to that person to initiate communication, because it's something you're passionate about. Okay, so you obviously like this person. Let's see, we have Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands, she's very, very stable, okay, as all queens are. Very stable, confident. She's passionate about where she's at. I mean, look at her. This woman is career oriented. She is focused on the things that make her happy, the things that are important to her. She's very giving, very nurturing. Now, because the black cat is here, she is highly intuitive, okay? She's very passionate about where she's at in her life and where she is going. She's very stable. So now I'm saying she, okay, but just because this is feminine energy, all right, because it's a queen, but it doesn't have to be a female, all right. We all have feminine and masculine energies. So I'm not sure if this is your energy. And okay, if it's business related, you're very confident with the position that you hold. I mean, look how comfortable she is. I mean, she's sitting there, her legs is crossed, she's smiling. I mean, like, she doesn't have a worry in the world, okay? You're very confident and pleased with where you are, and as you should be. You're good, and you're passionate about what it is that you want with your career, or where you would like things to go. So if this is career, which right now, that's kind of what I'm picking up. This is more work related. It doesn't necessarily have to be, of course. It's how it resonates with you. You could be focused on school right now, but be super confident about where you're going with school, and how well you're doing in school. You may be close to graduation, because right now you're sitting on top of the world with where you're at with things, okay? If it has to do with love, you again. Okay, so I'm going to say this card doesn't have anything to do with love, because you're so confident about where you are with things. And it could be that you're super confident about where you are with love. I don't know where this one comes in though. So if this is just someone new that's going to be contacting you, and you're going to be passionate about it, you may meet somebody and be super passionate about it. I mean, I'm not. Actually, it could be. I hate doing readings like that, but okay. Let me move on, and then when I get to that card, I'll digress and go back. But right now, very passionate about whatever it is that's going on in your life. Okay. You know, with the wands, it very well be a fire sign in your life. So what are the fire? What is it? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So it could be one of them. Oh, you are. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I forgot I was doing Leo. So this could just be very much your energy. Super tapped into your energy, and that is what you're presenting right now. That fire that that Leos have. Okay. Next, you have the Devil card. So of course, this can be indicative of a Capricorn if you have a Capricorn in your life. Again, it doesn't have to be. The Devil card is anything in excess. Okay, so let me explain, because several different signs have gotten the Devil card in their reading for the bi-weeklies. So for the Devil's card, it could be you're overworking. It could be that you're spending way too much time at home and not doing enough working. It could be that you're drinking too much. So, you know, definitely an addiction. It could be that you're drinking too much. You know, maybe you're smoking too much. Maybe you're gambling too much. Maybe you're super obsessed with sex. It could be a person. It could be that you're addicted to a person. So it could be a number of different things, but anything that's in excess. So you could be overeating. So anything in excess. And to me, you're going to know what it is that you're doing in excess. Okay? Only you can know that. But whatever it is, because the Devil's card is coming up, you're going to need. And then, you know what? You got the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is knowing when to give and when to allow yourself to receive. Because when you constantly give, your coins aren't going to equal. It's not going to balance out when you're giving more than you're receiving. Okay? So it needs to be some even give and take there. So I'm sure that has something to do with the Devil's card, being that they're right next to one another. Okay? And then the way that I'm looking at it, the Six of Pentacles is facing the Devil's card. Okay, so you're doing something in excess, but you need more of a balance for it. All right, so let's move on. So to me, this energy is more for this week, but it doesn't necessarily have to be, because I asked for messages for the next 2 weeks. So some of these things could be happening right now. Some of these things could be happening next week. Okay, so of course, general, so you got to take it how it resonates with you. All right. So we have the Three of Swords. Okay, so with the Three of Swords, of course, just looking at it, it can mean heartbreak, of course. So if it has to do with love, you may have already went through a heartbreak. It could also be that something just hurt your feelings. Okay, so maybe, you know, if it's work, it could be that let me show you. So it could be that somebody rained. You see the rain around the background there and all these clouds. Somebody rained on your parade. Okay, so it could be that at work you were all confident, thinking everything was good at work, and then your boss like sent you an email and was like, hey, I just noticed that you didn't respond to something that I asked you for last week, or when you sent it, you didn't attach the report that I asked you for, or something like that. But whatever it is, because you're so passionate about it, it hurts your feelings. So if it's work, and I'm saying hurt feelings, doesn't necessarily have to be where your feelings, it could be just your pride was hurt, okay? So it could be something like that. If it's love, okay, so I told you I would bring this up again. If it's love, seeing this page, new love, seeing that you are confident where you're at. So if this is love, you're very confident with where you are with love. This could actually be third party, 3 swords, okay? So it could be someone else got involved and that put a dagger straight through your heart, or a sword straight through your heart, okay? Doesn't have to be. It doesn't necessarily have to be an actual person. So when I say third party, it can be that the person that you're with is working entirely too much and hasn't had much time to spend with you. And it looked like you're a bit of a workaholic too, because once you're focused on something, you're very passionate about it and you go straight for it, okay? So it doesn't necessarily have to be that they're involved with someone else, but something is preoccupying their time. Heck, it can be a family member. A family member maybe isn't well, or needs some extra assistance or something like that. So they've been spending a lot more time with that family member, or something like that. But because it's pulling them away from you, you're kind of, again, it doesn't necessarily have to be heartbreak. It can be your ego. Your ego is hurt, okay? All right. All right, next card is 7 of Wands. Okay, so as you can see in the 7 of Wands card, this stone, just so you guys know, I like to hold on to this this stone is like an intuitive stone. So it just kind of helps me. I like will hold it in my hand and twist it around. I'm a Gemini, so as a Gemini, I talk with my hands, and this kind of keep my hands preoccupied. Okay, so just so you know. Okay, so the 7 of Wands, as you can see, she feels like she is defending herself. But when you look down here, yeah, we see wands, but for all we know, these wands could be stuck in the ground. We don't see anybody actually fighting her, right? So 7 of Wands is indicative of being defensive. So look at the expression on her face. So she's defensive, and it may not be a legitimate reason to be defensive, all right? Like maybe you need to find out the whole story before being defensive. Perhaps if it's, regardless of whether or not it's love or work, you're being defensive. So if somebody approached you at work about something, you may snap at them, and you may not necessarily have a legitimate reason to be so defensive, and all they were trying to do is, ask you if they can use that chair. Or are you using those trays? Can I have those trays from your desk or whatever? So basically ask questions whenever you're in your feelings and you're unsure of what somebody means, before you jump to conclusions and jump on the defensive. Definitely you don't want to do that with your boss, okay? That probably wouldn't end well. And then even if it's in love, guys, even if it's in love, you still may you may think it's somebody else in their life, but it may have absolutely nothing to do with an actual person, as I said before. So ask questions. You need to be a little bit more inquisitive about what is going on before you jump to conclusions and be defensive, okay? All right, Temperance. Temperance is Sagittarius. As you can see, Temperance is an alchemist. As you can see, she is pouring fluid from one cup to the other. One foot is on the earth, the ground, and one foot is in water. The sun is shining behind her. And Temperance is an angel, okay? So divine intervention is about to happen for you to make you have balance, okay? So I know I mentioned this in some previous cards. So let me show you. So balance. So you need to have a little bit more balance. This could be about money, all right? So your coins, maybe you're spending more, as soon as your check come in, you already then spent this many coins. You only got this many coins left to pay the bills, okay? And that's just an example. Of course, it doesn't necessarily have to be that. But somewhere in your life, it is not balanced. But divine intervention is about to come and force you into a balance. Now, guys, this card is falling right underneath the Devil card. So whatever you're doing in excess is about to come to an abrupt halt because of this divine intervention, okay? So you either balance it yourself or you're going to be forced to do so. And when forced to do so, now you may think, oh, that'd be great if I can be forced to stop drinking as heavily as I'm drinking. But it could mean that you were so intoxicated, you ended up blacking out. It ended up in the hospital, and they're telling you it's gonna have to come to a stop. You may need to go to a rehab or something to that effect. And of course, that's the extreme. But it could be that something terrible happens in order to force you to get out of this bad behavior, this excessive behavior that you're in. So take heed to the warning, guys. You're being warned to look at your bad behavior. So again, if it has to do with love, if you're addicted to a person, then you are being divinely guided about that behavior. Okay, so again, these cards that's prior to it, where you have the Three of Swords, and with bruised ego or heartbreak, and then you're being super defensive. All of these things may be things that have to happen for this divine intervention to take place, to get this thing that's in excess out of your life, okay? Or to make it so that it's no longer in excess. I'll say it that way. It's going to bring it down to you being a minimalist. All right. So you need to minimize it yourself, or it's going to happen for you. All right. And you may not like how it happens. And then next you have the Five of Swords. All right. So Five of Swords. When you look at it, he's holding on to three swords. There's a couple swords laying on the ground. It looks like he defeated the other people, but yet he's still staring that way. And, in his maybe cockiness, his confidence. Okay, so one thing about the Five of Swords, it could be that someone is deceiving you. Okay, so let me clarify a little. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that it's a third party situation with another person. All right, so let me clarify that part. It could just be that someone hasn't, it's a secret. Somebody has something that they have not told you. So if it's work related, it could be that maybe a project that you've been working on, they pulled the funds for that project, they're cutting the project, but no one has told you that yet. But they have known since the end of last year, because it's a new year, new budget. See what I'm saying? So it could be something like that, which you're still going to feel deceived about it. But it could be something where maybe your boss is looking for jobs. Maybe you and your boss work really well together. You love working for them. But maybe they're currently looking for another job and hasn't told a soul that they are looking for alternate employment. So it could be something like that, where it's not really a direct hit to you, but you still kind of feel like you could have told me. All right. So if this has to do with love, sorry guys, my hair is making my neck itch. If it has to do with love, it could just be that maybe your significant other lost their job and they just haven't told you yet. And of course, that can be huge for the household, right? It could be where maybe your kid didn't want to eat their food, so they, I don't know, hid it in a cabinet, and then you're going to all of a sudden smell it, and then you're going to be upset because now you got to clean up the mess or something like that. So again, it's just something, it could be that something is hidden from you. So, and that's where the deceptive, you just feel deceived by whatever it is that you end up finding out about, okay? Or it could be outright that someone is truly deceiving you. So just be careful with the people that you have in your presence, okay? So I'm going to clarify, how about I clarify the Three of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and the Five of Swords for you, okay? Angel. I didn't even get it out, so I'm not going to take those cards. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please clarify the Three of Swords for the sign of Leo. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please clarify the Three of Swords for the sign of Leo. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please clarify the Three of Swords for the sign of Leo. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please clarify the Three of Swords for the sign of Leo. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please clarify the Three of Swords for the sign of Leo. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides. Okay. So I got two cards that fail, so I'm going to take them both. All right, guys. So we got the Hierophant. That was the card that fell first out. So this can also be a Taurus. All right. And then you have the World card. The World card. Okay. So with the World card, something's about to come full circle. Period. Period, point blank. It's no other way of putting it. How do y'all say it? Period, point blank, poo. Yeah, something's about to come to an end, okay? And you have been in a vicious cycle, whatever it is. So if it's with work, maybe you're constantly doing the same types of jobs or something like that. Maybe with money, you've been doing the same thing with you're spending more money than what you can get in, and then you're struggling to pay your bills or something like that. So I mean, it could be any number of things, but this vicious cycle that you've been on is coming to an end. And this is something else. It's being divinely guided. It's being divinely guided. So no matter what, now this is telling me in two different places that divine intervention is going to make this happen for you. Okay. So even if you felt like you weren't ready for this ending, it's going to happen because you're ready for it, because it needs to be now. All right. You can't wait any longer. With the Hierophant card, this is like the religious card of the deck. Okay, so he is like a holy man, pope, minister, imam, trying to think of other religions, but he's a holy man, okay? So he can also be that he's all about like tradition. So things like marriage and things that's passed down from like generation to generation. So, you know, whatever traditions that may be in your family, your culture, this is like the tradition card, okay? And I'm going to say, because these cards were to clarify this. So whatever this is for you, whatever hurt you, it needs to come to an end because it wasn't falling into the way you believe anyway. Okay. It could also mean that with that heartbreak, you need to go back to your faith. It doesn't necessarily have to be religion. If you are just a spiritual person, you know, I get, nowadays I consider, even with myself, you know, yes, I believe in God. I believe in a higher being. But I consider myself to be more spiritual than I am religious. So it could just be that you've kind of went away from your beliefs or your faith. And this is reminding you to have faith. Have faith. Okay? Have faith, because everything is going to be okay. Everything is happening exactly how it's supposed to happen, because God has something great in store for you. And you need to believe that. And just so long as you believe it, you'll receive it. All right? So don't be caught up in whatever sadness or, you know, whatever it is, anger, whatever stage you're in because of that 3 of Swords. Don't be stuck in it. Remember your faith. Pray about it. You'll be fine. Okay? Everything's going to end up being okay for you. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please clarify the 7 of Wands for the sign of Leo. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please clarify the 7 of Swords for the sign of Leo. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please clarify the 7 of Wands for the sign of Leo. Angels, ancestors. All right, 2 cards again, guys. Golly. Okay. So you got the King of Pentacles. So it could be an earth sign. So it could be so this is what you're being defensive about. I'm sorry, let me show you that one again. So the 7 of Wands. So why are you being so defensive? Okay. So kings can be, let me start off by saying they could be married people. This is a masculine energy. Pentacles can be an earth sign. So Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. But it doesn't necessarily have to be, okay? This person could be a married person, because kings sometimes are married. But whether or not they're married, they are very stable with financially. Okay. While he is a caring, giving person, he stands his ground. He stands firm when it's something that he feels like is, it may be something that's gonna like pull away too much money. Okay. Because he likes things to be balanced. He knows how to balance his money really well. So you could be being defensive against, okay, so if this could be, kings are usually mature people. So I'd say 35 or older. So this could be your father you're being super defensive towards. It could be that a person in your life is actually married and you're being super defensive towards them. This could just be an energy. So it could actually be a female with masculine energy that's very confident, very financially stable, and will tell you no in a heartbeat because they feel like you can work a little harder for it or whatever, you know, whatever the case may be. This could be somebody that you work with. And it could be exactly like I said, it could be your boss. It could be someone that's older than you, maybe have more seniority than you. Heck, they can be younger than you, but been with the company for 13 years and you've only been with the company for 3 years or something to that effect. But they are, they make more money than you. Okay. But neither here nor there. This person is who you've been being defensive to. And this also could be your energy. Guys, this could be your energy. All right. So it doesn't necessarily have to be who you're being defensive to. You could just be being defensive because you're set. You're financially stable. You don't need to take this crap. And you're absolutely right. You don't have to take the crap that you've been putting up with. So again, you're being divinely guided to move on or whatever excess is happening in your life, to stop doing that. It's just time for you to fall back into the things that you used to believe in and get away from the bad behavior or behavior that's not doing you any good. All right. All right. And then we have the 7 of Cups card. Okay. So with the 7 of Cups, it can be that you're really in your head. So you may be almost like self-sabotaging yourself because you feel like, so it could be that these are all the things, you know, okay, so I'm a Gemini. All these things can be in my mind all at the same time, and I could be working. I wouldn't be in my head thinking about it all and not being productive. I can be productive and still be thinking about 20 different things, okay? So it could just be that you are really in your head. It could be that you have a whole lot of options, It could be that it's work related and you have other job opportunities. So even if you are being defensive towards your boss, if this is your boss, then you have other options. If this is your significant other, you have other options. Your significant other could be telling you you're constantly in your head and you need to think with your heart sometimes, or something like that. They could be writing you about something, but follow your gut. I already told you you're intuitive. So you already know when something is BS and when it's not. Okay, so you don't have to take any crap if you don't want to take the crap. Push on. Tell them to push on, because you got your crap together. They need to get theirs together. And once they have it together, then they can call you. You'll probably already have them blocked. But if not, then maybe you'll talk to them. Maybe not. We don't know. Okay. We'll see how we're feeling that day. Anyway. Oh, sorry. And then I was going to clarify the 5 of Swords. All right. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides. Okay, I'm not going to take that card. It was the High Priestess, but I'm not going to take it because I didn't get the words out my mouth yet. All right. If it's destined for you to have that card, it'll jump again. All right. I actually said that to another sign, and the card that fell before I even started saying anything fell again. Okay. It happens. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please clarify the 5 of Swords. All right, I'm going to ask for one more card. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please clarify the 5 of Swords for the sign of Leo. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please clarify the 5 of Swords card for the sign of Leo. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please clarify the 5 of Swords cards for the sign of Leo. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please clarify the 5 of Swords card for the sign of Leo. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please clarify the 5 of Swords card for the sign of Leo. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please clarify the... All right, guys. So the first card that fell was the 6 of Wands, which is victory. Okay. So that was why, because it really didn't understand. So you could be seeing lots of success at work, and that's where somebody is being deceptive towards you. So that could very well be. So if this is a business finance reading for you, then you're seeing victory, and it's somebody that's behind the scenes that really doesn't like to see your success. They're not happy about you being successful. And they could be holding something back from you, or they could be secretly like spying on you, reading your emails or something like that, like going to your desk when you're not there and checking out what you got at your desk. They could be going behind you and like looking at your documentation or something like that, you know, depending on what type of business you're in. Okay, I'm just giving examples. So it could be something like that. And then like, so because they're a snitch. Okay. And you know what they say about snitches. I'm being so silly. I had a long day at work, guys. Mondays are like crazy busy for me. So I'm sorry for being so silly. Anyway. And then the second card that fell was the 3 of Swords again. So if this is about love, I'm going to say The deception, and this is separate, guys, okay? So this is about love. This deception that was in the Five of Swords has to do with your heartbreak, but you're going to see victory, all right? If this has to do with work, the deception, burnt your ego, hit your ego, but you're going to see victory. Okay? It could be that the deception is because of your victory and it hurt your ego, but either way it goes, I think you're going to be successful in the end, okay? And know that you guys are being divinely guided, okay? Don't worry about a thing. If you are interested in a personal reading, please check the information below. Get in contact with me. I'll be more than happy to give you a reading. And let's see. Oh, I'm not sure if I said it in the beginning. I can't remember. For whatever sign has the most views, you'll get a weekly reading. And I will do it on, it could be another general reading like this one where it's business, finance, and love kind of mixed in, intertwined together. Or it could be, if you guys, because I would do a reading for the most likes and the most views. So whichever sign. So if you just so happen to be the sign that gets the most views and the most likes, then I'll do 2 separate readings for you guys. One for business and finance and one for love. Or you guys can vote. Maybe I'll post something. If you guys, whoever wins both, I will post something and you guys can vote on what you guys would like to hear about. And then I'll do a reading on that. Okay. I'm new, so please like, share, subscribe, leave comments below, positive feedback only, please. And then, if you're going to be super negative, just don't leave a comment, because I'm such a positive person and I like to push my positivity onto other people. But anyway, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.